Let's do this, boys. We got Thursday night thoughts. What do you think we're talking about? Thursday night football. That's what we're going to be doing. We got a little Saints hosting the Broncos action. And we'll also talk about a couple of games coming up on Sunday, including the Chiefs and the Niners. That's a huge game. Giants, Eagles, and we've got the Colts and the Dolphins. I don't know how both of you guys came up with the same thing on the Colts and the Dolphins, but good for you. Wonderful to see both gentlemen here. By the way, these are the two gentlemen that on Wednesday night are going to be hosting our new NBA NHL live show. So Spread's going to be covering the NBA side. We'll live bet that. Zargo is going to be betting the NHL side. We'll bet that. It'll be 7:00 Eastern time on Wednesday night. I'm excited about this, guys. Hi, Spread. How are you? This is your sport, bro. I'm looking forward to live betting these games with you. Wednesday nights at 7.
Yeah, I'm doing great. And of course, with the NBA starting up, that's going to be even more work for me, but I'm looking forward to it. Doing my early preparation right now. But right now, Holden, it's still NFL season. We got some good football to talk about tonight. And I can't wait to see one of your favorite teams, the Denver Broncos, in action.
I wouldn't call them my favorite team, but it's the team I probably know more about than anyone else. What up, Zargo? Zargo, you excited to do a little NHL live betting with us? 7:00 Eastern on Wednesday night? Yeah, you got no mic, bro. I'm just trying to read your lips right now.
I'm so excited. There's no sport I love more than NHL. It's funny because I've only been an NHL fan for 5 years now. Really? And it's just, I love it. Every time it rolls around, I'm reminded how much I enjoy it. It's so fun to watch. It's so easy to bet. One of my favorite things. Way better than any other sport out there. I mean, I could talk about that alone for hours, how no athlete is better than a hockey player, but we don't have time for that. That's not what we're here for. So we'll get on to Thursday night football.
How did you learn how to bet hockey so well in 5 years? I told you last night, grinded out a little profit on 2 plus money bets. So I got that home last night. Thank you very much.
It's just one of those sports, I don't know, I just kind of followed it. And one of the things that I really like about hockey is, for the most part, I'm only messing with money lines. And when you're sports betting, it's the spread that typically gets in the way. So just finding a sport that more consistent in baseball, where you can just bet on a team to win, was kind of what I liked about it. There's few factors, in a game of hockey, like changing factors from game to game, like there is in other sports. And I mean, the guys don't get injured, so that helps. And it's a bit of a streaky sport. So there's a level of just riding with a team in hockey. So it's just different trends that are unlike any other sport I've found that make it, make me good at it. And in my opinion, easy to bet.
All right. I always had my shirt on, Maddie. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Thank you, Mason, for confirming that. Thank you for confirming that as well. Thursday night thoughts. So let's get into this here. We haven't had much movement on the side. I mean, you can grab the Broncos at -2.5 now on FanDuel. So I guess that is a little bit of movement. This thing got bet up from 1.5 on Monday to 2.5 on FanDuel. And you know what? DraftKings just went down to 2.5. So actually, I take it back. We do have some line movement. Guys, this is huge. Spread, 0.5 point in a 3-point game. Looks like some late money is coming in on the Saints. Does that tell you anything about tonight? Does it change your opinion about anything?
I mean, my opinion stays the same, but I'm glad. I didn't want it to be a Broncos avalanche. I know we're not supposed to take that stuff into consideration, but I hate being on like a 90% side. So I'm already on the Broncos from the beginning of the week at a little better number. And I still do like the Broncos at the new number, but I'd like to see it even going in tonight, because those 90 to 95% sides never seem to work out for me, Holden.
Yeah, and then we got the total sitting at 37.5, but literally as I opened up the page, the line went from 3 to 2.5. So let's break this game down. And there's a lot of props that we already put out there in the Discord. If you remember, if you're not, just give us a little time. We'll get you in, but make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel right now. We hit 2,000. We'll give something away tonight on our free live broadcast of Thursday Night Football starting at 8:10 Eastern. Zargo, any thoughts on a quick line move here from 3 to 2.5? Yeah, you're on mute again, pal. We got to hook you up, bro. Come on.
This line, I mean, it opened at 1, went all the way to 3. I just don't think it really matters. The way I see this game, I think the Broncos should dominate the Saints, and it's, I caught it at even money at 3, and I just like catching even money, so that's where I win. This is definitely a game where we should be looking at an alt spread. I do not think we're going to be sweating it out, so it means nothing to me. Wherever you can, I think, just catch the best payout at whether it's 3.5, 3, 2.5. Just take that, because I think that's more important in a game that should be not even close.
Yeah, I don't see a 3.5 line out there, God's masterpiece. So if you're going to do that, you're going to have to bet a alt line on that one. You can look at that if you want to. 3 is even money. 2.5 is -17, -18. And then 3.5, you would think it'd be what, 135? If you're at a 3 already, maybe 135. Yeah, that's where I'd put it. Okay, spread. Let's get into this, dude. There's a lot going on. The Broncos, I don't think this is being talked about enough. Pat Surtain is out. And once he left that game against the Chargers, the secondary really took a step down. Herbert threw for over 300 yards. That being said, he's facing Spencer Rattler tonight, and Rattler is going to be without Olave. Shaheed just went on IR, so his passing game options are very, very narrow right now. It's Kamara, it's Juwan Johnson, it's Bub Means, maybe Cedric Wilson will get mixed in there, but how do you see this side total? And maybe if you got any thoughts on players going tonight.
Yeah, I'm still high on the Broncos tonight, even without Patrick Surtain in the lineup. This will probably be one of the games where they'll miss him the least with these 2 top receivers being out. But the way that Vance Joseph has been able to dial up different blitz packages, this is an aggressive defense and not looking good for the rookie. I actually thought he was lucky to get the amount of success that he had in the last game statistically. And I think that was a product of the fact that the Saints gave up 51 points to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So, of course, you're going against that prevent style, keep the clock running style of defense. That's not going to be the case tonight, as let's be honest, even though I'm on Denver, they have nowhere near the capability for scoring output like that. However, Bo Nix has gotten better every single week. This was the quarterback that Sean Payton wanted, and nobody liked him here. And I'm just sitting here watching this draft going, okay, so all these pundits know more about quarterbacking than Sean Payton, which was surprising to me. So we got the coach advantage. It's going to be rare for the Broncos, but we got the quarterback advantage tonight. I know that's a simple way to handicap, but unfortunately, this is a kid's game at the end of the day, and it is rather simple at times. So I do like the Broncos to get things done. There are some interesting storylines, though, however. Saints obviously not happy with the way that Sean Payton left. And there's even some players that are still there from his tenure as the coach. So, of course, there'll be some motivation there. We know that arena or stadium is going to be loud and rocking no matter what. And, of course, an excellent opportunity for the Saints to kind of turn things around. However, I do also believe that the AFC West is much stronger than the NFC South, and we will see that again tonight. So I like the Broncos to get it done. I'm really happy to get the Broncos earlier. But if you haven't made the bet yet, I still think they're the right side.
All right, what are you doing with this game, Zargo? Again, a whole bunch of guys in Discord. We were discussing, I'm not going to give the free picks away. We were discussing Bo Nix. We were discussing Juwan Johnson, Bub Means, Audric Estime, and, of course, Devon Vele. A couple of guys people probably haven't even heard of with the Broncos. Tony Franklin, by the way, a wide receiver with the Broncos, is getting a ton of money on his receiving over 20.5. I don't think he's the guy that I would go to there, but the side is now 2.5. The total 37.5. Zargo, break it down, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I love going to the defensive rankings for games, and this is kind of, the numbers say a lot here. While you're right, injuries has plagued the Broncos secondary, they still have the best pass defense in the game. And this is a team that I think even Carr would struggle against. So now they got Spencer Rattler going. There's no way he's going to be able to move the ball. It does look like Kamara is going to play, and the Broncos kind of have an average run defense. But still, I mean, the way the Saints allow points, I mean, it's ridiculous. The way they're playing it, they're not even giving their offense a chance. I mean, Tampa Bay is a solid team, but allowing 51 to them, it's just, it's not the recipe to win games. So even if Kamara plays like he did the first couple of weeks, there's no way they're going to be able to keep up, right? Because Denver is just going to keep scoring and scoring. And I don't think a running back is going to be enough to help a team keep up when they're going to, score almost at will, just with how terrible this New Orleans offense is. So, I mean, it's one of the worst in the leagues. Bo Nix has looked better and better week after week. So I think this is a great spot here. And I just look for, a dominant game from the Broncos and, kind of get them back on track. Losing to the Chargers, I mean, it was a tight game, but losing that divisional game, not what they need right now to kind of stay competitive in what probably is the toughest division in football. So like the Broncos to come out strong and, definitely make a play towards the over. It's not my favorite play, but given how Denver's going to score, New Orleans won't have to do much to make that hit. 37, and I know it's Thursday night, but still seems like a solid move.
Were you looking at any player props on this game?
No, because I'm Kamara's numbers are a little too high up there for me, and the way Bo Nix plays, I mean, he wins his team's games, but I just don't see quite consistency with any of his numbers to get involved. I know Kay is going to have something for the people, so I figured I would just tail whatever he's doing for player props.
If you are on the Saints and you can get a 3.5 at -25, then go for it. I mean, it's obviously a better number of 2.5 and 3, and I don't think the juice is big. So if you're already on the Saints, God's masterpiece, guys, tell me if I'm wrong here, but if you're getting plus 3.5 at -125 and you're getting -2.5 at even money and at even money and 3 at probably -15, 125 sounds right? I mean, if you're going 3.5,
if that's the side you want to be on, sure. But I just, I think Denver's going to win by a touchdown or more. That'd be my only hesitation. But by numbers, yes, that's a solid look. If you have a lean to the Saints,
I would pay 3 at less juice. If it lands on 3, so be it. But okay. I think
you're not scared of a field goal win spread.
I mean, the amount of times it doesn't, it's not going to justify the 15 cents if you were to do this. If you were to buy your 3 to 3.5 on your next 100 bets, and I stayed at 3 and you did 3.5, and we're on the same side, I'll bet you I would do better.
That's my
ROI long run.
That's a good point.
Yeah, and another good point. Taysom is doubtful. I know Kegs brought that up, but yeah, Taysom's out. No Shaheed.
Shouldn't Kegs be cleaning right now?
No Olave.
It's nice of him to give her lunch break to kick it with us.
You know what I learned about him today or this week is that he doesn't let his dog sleep in his bed. What's up with that? Like, if you got a dog, doesn't sleep in a bed with you? You're a cat guy.
You're asking the wrong person.
I mean, we got a dog and a cat.
My
Zargo,
cats
you got
are
a
like
dog,
forced
and
to.
you got a dog and you don't let him sleep with you?
I got two. Both my dogs sleep in my bed. What are we talking about? And I got big dogs. I got a 70-pound dog and a 110-pound dog.
Yeah,
they sleep in the bed with me and my wife. So it's
You got a king or a queen?
California king.
I don't know what the difference is, but I'll just say this: it's got enough room for the dogs. You got to have your dog in your bed with you. Don't want to sleep.
Exactly.
It's just
they say you sleep better and your dog lives longer if they sleep in your bed.
And the cat is awesome, Spread, except it walks on my head at like 2 a.m. But nothing like a nice purring cat on your chest to relax you. Jabroni Clyde.
Good one. I was about to comment that. How's it going, Clyde?
My girlfriend sleeps in my bed, so I sleep with my dog. Sounds like a healthy relationship. Okay, so here's the deal. Like button would be great. Nuke the House YouTube channel. You're either on it right now. I'd really like it if you subscribe. Turn on your notifications so you know we're on. Next time we're on after this show is tonight, 8:10 Eastern time for Thursday Night Football. We'll be live betting it. Holy shamoly, have we made a ton of – I think I'm up 15 units over – let's see here. Last Friday, Sunday, Monday. Yeah. Sunday, Monday, and last Thursday, even though Mason went down. It's been a very, very, very good time here on these Island games. And really Sunday as well. If you remember, you can watch the premium shows behind the paywall at 1 and 4 on Sundays. And then the Sunday Night Football is half and half free and half subscribers. But again, if you're on X, come on over to YouTube. Check out our channel at Nuke the House. Okay, boys, you're both on the Colts and the Dolphins and Spread since I came to you first. with our last game. I'm going to go to Zargo for this game. Interesting. Richardson looks like he's going to be back. Not so sure Jonathan Taylor's going to be playing this week. It's not looking great for him as it stands. The line is as follows. Colts -3. This line has gone to 3.5, not really moved too much. 43.5 is the total. Saw it touch 44.5 earlier in the week. Just sitting there, not moving, marinating where it is right now. Give you the breakdown, Zargo. Why the Colts and the Dolphins, and who in the Colts and the Dolphins, and what's the play?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, this is a weird one. I mean, it opened at 4 and got bet down to 3, which is interesting in my opinion, because the way this Miami team is playing, they shouldn't take a cent of money. I mean, they put up 15 on the Patriots. 15. And granted, there were some weird plays, some field goals that should have happened. Special teams really kind of blew it. So probably should have seen a few more points than it did. But still, I mean, it was abysmal. They looked horrendous. And now they got to go to Indy to play a competent team. I'd like to play a lot more if Joe Flacco was playing. But even still, I mean, the Dolphins could barely handle Jacoby Brissett. I think they can handle Anthony Richardson. A lot of people are going to jump to the under because of how the Colts played when Richardson was playing and the score of last week's Miami's game 2 weeks ago, last time they played. So I'm going to wait and see kind of how this number moves. At the end of the day, I would agree, though. I do like the under just because Miami can't get anything going. Tua may be back next week is what they're saying. That would definitely turn things around. And we might have a solid option there for betting because people are still down on the Dolphins. But as I see it right now, Indianapolis should have no problem with this Miami team. Going to be a gross, ugly game. No one's going to want to watch it. So I'll take the under. Maybe do a little same game parlay and do, something like Colts money line under 45. Something like that. Maybe it's like plus 120 is probably how I'm going to end up betting it. But those are definitely the options here. Just bet it and forget it because it's going to be boring football game.
Yeah, I love manipulating the lines and those same game parlays with the sides and totals. Just make it, it's not about what the numbers that you're betting at, it's the number you're getting. So like if you're looking for a plus 150, you can get a plus 150, manipulate the line a little bit one way you want it, the side you want one way, whichever way you want it. By the way, Zargo, if you're still looking for more information and bets on tonight's Thursday night game, Zargo has his article up right now at nukethehouse.com. Go to our football section and it's under NFL articles, and Spread has this week in sports betting. That's up there as well. Okay, Achane should be back. Snoop Huntley starting for the Dolphins. They should have their complement of running backs here, Spread. But Colts and Dolphins, like all you hear is they'd win the Super Bowl. The Colts will win the Super Bowl. They'll go to the playoffs with Flacco. But there's more to it than that. This Colts team made a major investment in Anthony Richardson. The clock is ticking on him on his rookie deal. He missed a ton of time last year. He's missing time again this year. They got to figure out what they are going to do with him. So that's why they're running him out there again. Do you like the Dolphins because of that?
Unfortunately, I have to agree with JC Zargo. So we're not going to be able to let them fight this week, Holden. But, speaking of great articles on Nuke the House, that's exactly what happened. I put this line out at 3. The market moves. It's 3.5 now. But I still like the Colts. And, as much as I like to say we're betting on the Colts, this is really more a fade of the Dolphins. We know when they signed Tua to that massive contract, they lost depth on both sides of the ball. I think the Colts will be able to win on both sides of the line of scrimmage. We know the Colts do have a weaker secondary, but is Huntley going to be able to take advantage of that? Not so sure. And this is where McDaniels really has struggled as a head coach, because we know he's an innovative play caller. And when things are going well, he's one of the most fun coaches to watch in the league. However, is he really equipped, built, made to handle the adversity that this franchise is facing right now? So you give Tua a huge contract, which we can argue on a different day whether or not he's worth it. But we all know that you're not worth it if you're not in the lineup. So we have a team that's been weakened on both sides of the line. And the Colts quietly have one of the best offensive lines of football. And we know that Trey Sermon is a big drop-off from Jonathan Taylor. But the line should still be enough for them to be able to move the ball on the ground. And you're right about Richardson. It is a week-to-week drop-off. But the Colts are playing the long game. They're playing for the future. Even with Flacco in there, they're not a Super Bowl contender this year. So their idea is that they are going to try to develop Richardson, see what they really have there. Personally, I'm not betting on the fact that Richardson's ever going to develop into what they want to be, but I understand why they're taking a shot. So we'll see how that goes. But regardless, I still think he's going to have enough to get this done. And I think this Miami team's going to be in trouble. Not to mention, not the best group of players to have on the sideline when things aren't going well. So that's going to be more adversity from Daniels dealing with veteran-type malcontent such as Tyreek Hill. And I know that Jalen Waddle's still young in his career, but he's not going to be happy about the limited target share that he's going to be receiving now as well. So too bad for what's going down there in Miami, but we'll take advantage of it by betting the Indianapolis Colts.
So both of you jabronis are on the Colts. Speaking of jabronis, jabroni Clyde, spread should go bald. Agreed?
I mean, I'm pretty close.
Have you ever tried just shaving it?
Yeah. During the pandemic, I don't know if you remember.
I don't remember.
A little shorter.
Should I show them your new headshot, by the way? It's really good. You do not.
Yeah, let's see what the people think.
Yeah, you look like a jolly fellow. I'm a really big fan of your new headshot. Zargo, I'm sorry. You got to send me a new one, buddy. It stinks. I get it, but I got to get a new one from you. But check this out. Check out what we're seeing from Spread right now. You are going to love this. I hope I put the right thing up there. Yeah, here it is. Look at this. Smiling keg. Smiling Spread. Don't you like it? It looks good. Don't laugh at him. I thought he looked great this week. No, that's not cool. Don't you laugh at Spread. I think he looks dapper. I'm here for this. Holden.
Yeah, JC, what's all that laughter about here, buddy?
It just looks like I don't know. You're like you just had a really awkward interaction, and you're like, yeah, let me get out of here. That's kind of the vibe.
I disagree. I think.
All right. Well, happy. I can't wait till we put yours up, and I'm gonna.
I need
some pointed words as well. So we will be fighting after all, Holden.
Tune in next Thursday, and we can compare headshots.
We're even on the same side.
I like it. To
be fair, you're 20 years younger. You better look better. Come on, JC.
Yeah. Okay. Holden, did you say the name, but the 700 plus 700 keg put? I have no idea what you're talking about in all seriousness. So I don't know. I'm not sure. What are you wearing, Zargo? Is that a Panthers Super Bowl from the 2015 Super Bowl hoodie?
I really got it. Yeah, I'm just going to stop the mic. But yeah, man, 2016 Super Bowl. 2016. Panthers.
Yeah. The one the Broncos beat them and Cam Newton pouted. That was
correct.
It, right?
I mean, I'm not.
When he wouldn't even jump on the fumble.
I just like the jacket. I was just watching that Super Bowl, rooting for the Broncos because I love Peyton Manning. And I'm like, those sideline jackets are sweet. I need one. And it was just actually the only one I could get. I couldn't get a Broncos one. I'm from North Carolina. So like, that's fine. I'll rep the Panthers. But I had to take a Broncos one if I could have got my hands on it. But
Kegs May wants to know who can lift more weight.
I got that.
Oh my God, Spread.
I got that crush.
You got to be strong to pull dead bodies. Yeah.
Oh, it's not even close. I'm not even stepping up for that competition.
Dude, Spread is yoked. I didn't remember that from our trip a couple years ago. All right. You got a lot of time in the gym, man. I'm a little jealous. I need to get back in there. I'm only going a couple days a week. It's not really helping me too much. We got a couple more games to talk about. We'll talk about Giants, Eagles here in a second, and then Chiefs, Niners. I do want to remind everybody to sign up for our YouTube page. Just subscribe. You don't even have to sign up. Just subscribe. Click the subscribe button. Turn on your notifications. Then you know we're on. Thursday Night Football, 8:10 Eastern. Broadcast begins. Keg, myself, I think Iowa will hop on as well. Okay, Spread. We'll go to you this time. Kansas City and San Francisco. So we've got a 1.5 point spread here with the Niners at home, laying the points. 47.5 is the total. Briefly touched 46.5, 47.5. Now, we all know Mahomes is 10-1-1 as a dog. Andy Reid's great off of 2 weeks. All that aside, What is your side or total or bet in the Kansas City at San Francisco game spread?
Yeah, a streak can only end once, Holden. So I'm not going to be the one that just thinks the streak's going to end. I'm going to continue to take the Kansas City Chiefs to beat the San Francisco 49ers. And I'm sure on Monday morning or Sunday night, everyone's going to be saying how lucky the Chiefs are again. But simply put, I mean, I'm getting, we do this so much, but better coach is arguable, although I do like Reed a little better, but I have the much better quarterback. And I think this Kansas City Chiefs team, their defense is quietly very underrated. We all know how good that San Francisco defense is, and I'm not trying to take anything away from what they're doing on that side of the ball. But I like the Chiefs defense a little more, and one of the advantages they do have is continuity. The 49ers, as a byproduct of their success, have had their defensive coordinator seems like he gets picked for a head coaching job every single year up until last year, where they actually just let him go. But they're on their fourth defensive coordinator in as many years. And, they haven't got off to the best start this year. There was a lot of noise going around in their camp with Trent Williams not showing up, Brandon Ayuk not showing up. Williams came in and he was fine right off the bat, and I expected that. But Ayuk's definitely got off to a slow start. He's finally finding his footing. However, much is going to be made of the Chiefs' lack of weapons. I still don't care. I think they're the better team. They got the better quarterback, and there's no pressure on the Chiefs. This is a must-win game for the San Francisco 49ers. For the Chiefs, it's Sunday. I think that pressure is going to work to the 49ers' disadvantage. I've seen Shanahan press before. I mean, going into that Super Bowl last year, on Saturday night, I mean, the guy looked like he had been on a 2-week bender. I mean, he didn't sleep at all. He's definitely feeling the pressure. Reed's going to be, it's probably not as good as Kansas City, but we got some pretty good barbecue out here as well. So they're going to be relaxing, eating burgers, raising their cholesterol, and looking forward to another win on Sunday. Holden, give me the Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh, he's taking the Chiefs. I think that's probably going to be a popular bet this week. Like, if you didn't learn your lesson during the playoff run last year, when are you going to learn? Seriously.
The only thing I will say to that play is, I mean, there is the I don't have the stat on hand. I don't even know how I would dig it up, but it does seem like championship rematches typically go to the loser. However, this San Francisco team is not quite the same as the one that played in the Super Bowl. CMC being back is scary, but
he's not playing.
Yeah, he is.
No.
Yeah.
Let me look that up. Chat, help me out. There's no way.
I'm seeing mixed up. I'll keep it. There's a good chance he plays.
No.
He's not on the injury report.
Because he's on IR.
He was at practice, is all I can tell you. Okay.
I could be wrong. I did not expect him to play.
I did not see it. It said early November, Zargo. So I'm not sure. I know he's out on the practice field, but
okay. Yeah, I don't even think he's eligible. I think he's on IR.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, he's off. Yeah, he's off IR, but they're ramping him up.
I just saw something. I saw something that made it sound, but the wording.
Week 9 or 10.
Fine. Regardless, the chance to bet the Kansas City Chiefs at plus money. How rare is that? So a lot of things to consider in this one, but I mean, at the end of the day, that's an opportunity you don't really ever want to pass up on.
All right, boys. Giants, Eagles. Let's do it. I'm seeing 3s all around the business still, with the Eagles laying 3 on the road at New York. 42.5 is the total. I've even seen a 43.5. So the total's all over the place between 42.5 and 43.5. That -3 or +3 is just staying steady. Now, I tailed a very smart guy. I trust 2 bettors more than anybody in this industry, Keg and another guy that gives me my picks. And he's on the Eagles. I already bet the Eagles -3. Zargo, is that your bet? Is it the other side? Is it none of the above?
Man, I've probably talked more about the Giants this year than almost any other handicapper. I don't know what it is about this team. I just kind of have a good read on them. Pick my spots, and so far I'm picking them well. Yeah, I mean, for starters, we got a 3-point underdog at home in a divisional game. Right off the bat, that's always a great look for a better. But this Philly team is just abysmal. I mean, they got all their guys back last week, and they could barely handle the Cleveland Browns. The receivers look good, but Hurts only threw for 264 yards. You got Sirianni yelling at Cleveland fans when they're barely edging them out. It's Cleveland. The guy's just a joke. He's like a douchey frat bro coaching an NFL team. It's disgusting. Hey, this team is just so much worse than a 3-2 record would indicate. They're in shambles. Nothing is breaking their way, going well for them, is going to turn around for them. So catching the Giants at home with points, I'll gladly take it. It's going to be another embarrassing spot for Philly. Money line certainly tempting in this one, but if someone offers me points, I'm going to take them. So that's my bet. New York +3, catching it at even money right now.
So you're going to go on the other side of that and take the Giants, the Gigantes. Okay, so let's recap some best bets, boys. We've got tonight's game, spread, Thursday Night Football, best bet.
I'm on the Broncos, but I actually did play a prop this one. I'm Bo Nix over 26 rushing yards.
Ooh, a little prop bet there. Zargo, Thursday Night Football, best bet.
Yeah, I'm going to go with a plus money play for the people. So let's go with an alt spread. Give me Broncos -6.5 plus 166.
Broncos -6.5. That's insane, bro. Wow.
Yeah, it should be. I think it's gonna be a handy. You're gonna handle this win very.
I know Rattler's not good, but God, that Denver defense, which has been so great, they're gonna have issues without Surtain. But 6.5. Zargo's a hell of a
Any
sharp
other
better.
work? I think they would hold him, but who's really gonna?
Juwan Johnson, Bub Means, and Alvin Kamara. It's going to be just a complete funnel.
But Surtain wouldn't be on Johnson or Kamara. So
it'd be on Bub Means, I guess.
I guess so. Yeah, I mean,
Bub Means.
If Bub Means beats me, he beats me, Bub. But I mean,
for sure. I mean, this Spencer Rattler.
No, you're right, guys. You're right. Broncos -6.5. Okay, Sean Payton returning to New Orleans tonight. I'm sure they'll. What are they going to do? Give him a standing ovation? I mean, we won a Super Bowl for him. I don't care how things went, but afterwards.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how that will turn out. My guess is they'll probably be fairly respectful, but we'll see.
I think
that's a Thursday night game, so.
Things were bad with the team when he left. I don't think he left on bad terms. I mean, that's a football city, and I think they love their own, so I'm sure it'll be a warm reception for him.
All right.
I think they were bad terms, though, because he basically just said, I want to coach. I just don't want to coach here.
They were in such a bad spot, though. I mean, I don't know. My perception was it wasn't like, it was understandable given the situation. Kind of like, I don't want to say Belichick.
They got to give him you know what, man? It's the South. They're nice people. I know they'll be really drunk, but they got to give the guy a standing ovation. That was one of the worst franchises in the NFL until he came along. Won a Super Bowl for him, saved him with Katrina and everything. So, yeah, give him a standing ovation tonight if you're going to the game. All right, for spread, for Zargo, remember, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Turn on your notifications so you know when we're on. You'll get a notification at 8:10 Eastern tonight. Keg and I think Iowa will stop by. He wasn't feeling great this week, though. He's such a sharp kid. But definitely Keg and I, Thursday Night Football, 8:10, live betting that, and I cannot wait. I think I'm the only one, but I'm really, really excited about this game tonight. Okay, for Spread, it was great to see you as always, my friend. For Zargo, great to see you as well. I'm Kush, and why don't we go Nuke the house tonight?